Hello, this is Chuck Brocka from Salton Valley. We're often asked to read the Book of Mormon. Having arrived at Ether 5-4, we're at the Three Witnesses and looking at Oliver Cowdery. Cowdery was a second elder of Mormonism and there for what Mormons call the restoration of the priesthood. He was the one to baptize Joseph Smith. The Temple Square Memorial is designated to portray a sense of awe. Was he a great man who followed a prophet to restore God's church? If an angel of God came down clothed with glory, he translated with the Urim and Thummim, and the Book of Mormon was from the power of God, there would not be any doubts. A second Oliver Cowdery memorial could read this way. He charged Joseph Smith with adultery, lying, and teaching false doctrines. An Oliver Cowdery letter from January 21st, 1838 reads, "Of a dirty, nasty, filthy affair of his and Fanny Alger's was talked over, in which I strictly declared that I had never deviated from the truth in the matter, and as I supposed was admitted by himself." Joseph Smith responded that Oliver Cowdery was a liar. History of the Church, Volume 3, pages 16 to 18. But when Andrew Jensen, assistant LDS church historian, made a list of 27 women sealed to Joseph Smith, here's what he said. Fanny Alger was one of the first plural wives sealed to the prophet. Historical Record, 1886, Volume 5, page 233. John A. Witzel adds, it seems that Fanny Alger was one of Joseph's first plural wives. Joseph Smith, Seeker After Truth, page 237. So Oliver Cowdery became the GOAT. He was telling the truth. Mormon writer John J. Stewart wrote that Joseph Smith may have entered plural marriage in the early or mid-1830s. And a close friend of Joseph, Benjamin F. Johnson, was a church patriarch at the time, saying, in 1835 there lived then with his family the prophets, a neighbor's daughter, Fanny Alger, a very nice and comely young woman. It was whispered even then that Joseph loved her. Without doubt in my mind, Fanny Alger was at Kirtland, the prophet's first wife. But as with politics, if you expose someone, how does it go? Denial. Was Oliver Cowdery honored or hated? Joseph Smith accused him of leading Mormons into stealing, lying, perjury, counterfeiting, adultery, and of being the leader of a gang of scoundrels of the deepest degree. Comprehensive History of the Church, B.H. Roberts, Volume 1, pages 438 and 439. Mormon author Max Parkin described what happened. The charge of adulterous relations with a certain girl was leveled against Smith by Cowdery in Missouri in 1837. This accusation became one of the complaints of the church had against Cowdery in his excommunication trial in Far West, April 12, 1838. Conflict at Kirtland, 1966, page 166. Hey, for more documentation, you could go to utlm.org and then topical index for each of the three witnesses listed, or even Wikipedia has some good, impartial documentation that I think could help you there. Thanks for listening today. Mormon people, sure love you.